What up, YouTube? Knowledge is self-determination. So, yeah, it's been a little while, few weeks since I posted a video or made a video about the current state of affairs for black people in America and potentially the world. I've been extremely busy lately. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to all my new subs. We are now over 300 subscribers on the Knowledge and Self-Determination YouTube platform. Thank you, and I do appreciate all of your support and your viewership. Appreciate it. Now, just a quick plug for my other YouTube channel. If you guys are interested in anything cannabis related, check out my other YouTube channel called The Grass Skirt Lounge. That's the actual name of my company, The Grass Skirt Lounge. So check it out if you're interested in anything that has anything to do with that. More videos and podcasts and things like that are coming. So just stay tuned for that. Like I said, I've been extremely busy now, with the COVID-19 situation, and it's pretty much summertime here in fucking California. I know it's May. It's only the beginning of May, but it's summertime here. We've been experiencing 90-degree days for quite some time now. But anyway, I'm going to just go ahead and get right to it. But again, another shameless plug from my other YouTube channel. Go ahead and check that out. Also, if you are in the California area, specifically Southern California, and you are interested in medical ice cream, medicinal ice cream, medicated ice cream, you should probably check me out. Check out my Instagram, which is The Grass Skirt Lounge on Instagram, The Grass Skirt Lounge, or at Grass Lounge on Twitter, and the YouTube channel, of course, The Grass Skirt Lounge. Check us out if you're interested. We do deliver, by the way. It's kind of the way things have gone in this COVID world. But let's go ahead and get to it. So, let's talk about what we know. I want to do that. Let's talk about what we know. What we know as black people in this COVID-19 world. We know that the COVID-19 virus started in Wuhan, China. We know this. Excuse me. We know that the COVID-19 virus had spread through China before the world was made aware of it. We know this. We know that the World Health Organization, when they did find out about this, it was already months after the Chinese had already compiled the information that they needed to understand the virus and where it came from. We know that those cold markers in China most likely is what caused the outbreak, even though no one is 100% sure, because there's a lot of conspiracy theory that the virus itself is a man-made thing. We know this, right? We know these things. We know that the Chinese have intentionally spread the virus around the world. Sorry for any Asians or Chinese people who are watching this video who may come across it. Sorry, but I don't owe y'all shit. I don't owe y'all a fucking thing. Especially not the way y'all shit on my people. Y'all can kiss my ass. So anyway, because that's how y'all treat us. Y'all some of the most racist motherfuckers on the face of the planet, which is why I don't understand why our people are so readily available for Asian people. Why we're so anxious to be their friends. They don't respect us. They don't like us. Understand that. They look at us as a means to an end, just like their savage brethren, the Europeans, the Caucasian, white people, etc., etc. So we know this. We know this. We know that the Chinese government was allowing their people to still travel the world, even though that they knew that their country was being ravaged by the COVID-19 virus. We know this. Again, we don't know if, in fact, this was an intentional thing so far as the development or creation of the virus itself. We don't know if it was man-made, but we do know that the Chinese took advantage of a fucked up situation. We know this. Let's talk about what else we know. We know that as black people, we have no friends. We definitely need to know this. We have no friends. Look at what is happening to Africans in China right now. As we speak, they're being mistreated. They're being beat on. People are putting their hands on them. They're being put out of their places. They're being refused medical treatment. They're being refused the ability and opportunity to provide for themselves, such as buying groceries and things like that. America seems to have started a push against us. China is taking up suit. What other country in the world is going to turn its back on black people and start treating them like America is treating us and how China is? Do you guys see what is happening? These are the things that we know, that the plan of white supremacy has been kicked into overdrive, especially now with the awakening of the African consciousness throughout the diaspora. We have finally shaken off the fucking the ring rust, so to speak. We finally shaken it off. It took us decades to get to this point, back to where we were in the 60s and 70s. And we're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. And it's taken us this long to do so. We know that the civil rights generation, the baby boomer generation, you know, our grandparents' generation, and great-grandparents for some of us, we know that they did not help our situation with their complacency, with their willingness to be fucking tools and pets of white people. They did not help us, and we know that. You know, the John Connors, the Elijah Cummings, the Maxine Waters, you know, the Al Greens of the world. These individuals, these dinosaurs, these fucking fossils, all they did was make sure that they were able to keep their jobs while the rest of us suffered, while they maintained their status as the buffer class between us and white supremacy, keeping our asses in check while they profited and benefited from being bootlegs. We know this. We know that they have hurt our cause for the past 30, 40 years. We know this. We know that these are the individuals, as soon as Dr. King and all our other real leaders were murdered, assassinated, that they couldn't wait to step in their place, get their checks, and shut the fuck up. We know this. We know this. Here's something that we all need to really know. Self-defense is key. I talk about this. I say this a lot. I mention this a lot in my videos. Self-defense is key. Our people need to learn how to fight. We need to learn military combat. We need to understand military strategy, because Europeans have been waging war against us for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. You could even say thousands. It didn't become racialized, where race was the main, weapon used against us. Because if they make black the ugliest bad color, everybody else will want to jump in on it and dogpile us, just so that they don't end up in the crosshairs of the dominant society. And my video, why white women are so complacent in the system of white supremacy. Isn't it obvious why white women are complacent? Because they benefit from white supremacy. But also, they're white supremacists themselves. Their little bit of women's suffrage is one thing. They equate themselves to us when they want to take benefits from us, but they know goddamn well that their plight, their situation is not the same as ours. Just like homosexuals, yeah, I fucking said it. The gay community is not the same thing as the black community. Your struggles, your strife, your trials and tribulations, while they are great, and I don't believe that anybody should be mistreated or treated unfairly in any way, stop comparing yourself to us. We know that this is what these individuals try to do. And when there is someone who is more downtrodden than they are, they'll band together to stand on the necks of that downtrodden group, just to keep the focus off of themselves. And that's what everybody does. We have no friends. We know that the biggest problem we have in the black community is other black people, the Sambos, the bootlegs, the ass kissers, the ass licks, the biscuit butterers. We know that they are our biggest problem. Now, what I know is that I would say, and again, I'm being modest with these numbers because it may even be fewer than this, but based on my own personal little SWOT analysis of the situation, I would say there's probably 100,000 to 200,000 black people right now who are against the machine, who are raging against the machine, so to speak, who are pushing back or willing to do so. That's what I would say. Out of 40 million of us in the United States, that's how many I'll say is actually doing it. People say 1/3 of us isn't going to make it because of our sheer ignorance and stupidity and willingness to just be good for nothing. No. 1/3? No. So what's 40 million divided by 3, right? What's 40 million divided by 3? Is what, 13 million, give or take? Or I'm sorry. Yeah, 13 million, give or take. That's 1/3. So 26 million black people would be about 2/3, roughly, about 2/3, right? About 26, 27 million would be about 2/3. So that means that 13 million of us will be left. And the fucked up part is, it's still just a small fraction of that 13 million that are actually willing to stand against white supremacy. How do we change that? I know that 2/3 of us aren't going to make it. Those of us who will stand online for an hour, 2-3 hours, even during a pandemic and these fucked up economic times, to buy a pair of Jordans, you do not need to come along with us into the future. You are expendable. You are part of the reason why our situation is what it is. Look how serious the black situation is all over the world, globally. And black people are still standing on line for fucking Jordans. The Popeye's chicken craze, I got to bring that back up because I am still dumbfounded and baffled. You got dudes still singing songs for Popeyes. The I Got Popeyes dude. Bro, I wanted to kick that dude in his fucking throat. Like, I literally wanted to kick his ass in his throat. Seriously? Our people are fighting, stabbing, killing each other over spots in line for a chicken sandwich. That is insanity to me. Sorry about all the noise in the background, but I am outside. I'm at the park, and there's a little bit of an industrial area to my right, so you guys are going to hear some construction sounds, unfortunately. But it's quieter than my house right now, so. But anyway, so listen. These are some of the things that we know. We know that the bootlicks in our community are a problem. They're a problem. More than 2/3, 90% of our group, 90% of us, more than that actually, because like I said, 100, 150,000, maybe 200,000, but I don't think it's that many of us. That is a tiny, minuscule fraction of the numbers that we need. 90% of us don't deserve to make it. Don't deserve to make it. If you are a black person who is willing to fight and maim and kill another black person for stepping on your sneakers, but you don't see why you need to do anything to George Zimmerman, you're part of the problem. If you are a black person, did I say white? My apologies if I did. If you are a black person who is more willing to support an Asian-owned hair salon or Asian-owned business simply because they're not black, you're part of the problem. If all your child knows about black history is black entertainment, i.e. actors, sports personalities, celebrities, and they don't know who people like Benjamin Banneker is, you're part of the problem. You're a part of the problem. If you're willing to stand by and let black people continue to be stepped upon just so you can get a government check, you're part of the problem. If you're willing to pull out guns and kill another black person, and people like those 2 white fucks in Georgia that killed their brother that was on the side of the road jogging, why are they still alive? Listen, this is what we know. We got some real hardcore people in our community. We got a lot of tough people in our community. But none of these fucking tough guys are doing anything to the people that are harming the community. So my question is, while I do believe that we need a gangster thug mafia type class of people to protect the community, what good are you if all your efforts are turned inward on yourselves? You're eating yourselves, you fucking idiots. You're eating yourselves. You're terrorizing your own communities right along with the Asians and the white people and the Arabs and everybody else. You're terrorizing your own community because the only benefit you see in life is your own personal gain. Which I find to be sheer insanity. We need to get rid of people like you too, unfortunately. If you're not willing to stand up for your people and stand against racism, white supremacy, for the benefit of all of us, then what good are you? What good are you? So, anyway, I know this is turning out to be a much longer video than I had intended upon, but that's something else we know. Something else that I know. What good are these individuals? If all they are interested in is their own self-interest, what exactly do we need them for? Let's talk about what else we know. We know that America is leading the charge in this war against the African diaspora. We know this. You know what else is funny? I'm gonna end the video on this. There isn't anybody alive who has access to the internet who should not be aware of the plight of the world right now with the COVID-19 situation. There isn't anybody who should not be aware of this. There isn't a person alive right now who has internet access that should not be aware of this. Even if you don't have it, the word should have gotten to you by now. So, with that being said, I want you guys to take the time to think about this. Our celebrities, you know, with the new black media, with the information that has been put out on our open enemies, the white supremacy, especially those who are in government, because they are our enemies. Let's not get that twisted. They are our enemies. They are openly our enemies. They make no qualms about being our enemy. They understand that. You understand? They're laughing in our faces right now. You thought you were going to get reparations. Now we'd rather give it to the Asians. Fuck you, nigger. We'd rather give it to the corporations. Anyway, we have celebrities like Jamie Foxx who tell us that we are being too hard on Joe Biden. We need to ease up on Joe Biden. We expect perfection from our political candidates. See, I've listened to Corey Holcomb for a lot of years. Maybe not a lot of years, a few years. And he's always, you know, maybe not as much recently, but he's always had jokes and cracks about Jamie Foxx being gay and pretty much, you know, being an industry Negro, for real, for the most part, right? Now, if Corey was just joking, which I don't think he was, I think he was being honest and truthful about his opinion of Jamie Foxx. We now know with his latest attempt at kissing white people's ass that he is everything that Corey Holcomb said he was. He's everything that Corey Holcomb said he was. So never mind us needing, deserving, and being owed reparations. You're going to make it our fault that the Democratic Party has lost our fucking faith, has lost our trust. Vote Democrat. Fuck you, Jamie Foxx. Real talk, fuck you. Fuck all you. In fact, I haven't, with the exception of maybe a slight, less than a handful of black celebrities, nobody else has actually stepped out there and actually spoke up for any real shit that black people are talking about. And if they have, they've only used those talking points as a means to win our affections, basically the bait and switches. Talk that shit, they reel us in, and then sell us a line of bullshit. They're literally using the same tactics over and over again. And they keep using celebrities to do it. And this is what I've always said. Why in the fuck would you ever listen to a celebrity? Don't listen to celebrities. Puffy, Jay-Z, Jamie Foxx, all these fucking clowns. I think Puffy was live streaming with Erykah Badu, and she was co-signing everything he was saying. So that lets you know, with all that conscious R&B soul shit she talk about, she's a fucking idiot. Because instead of saying, ho, Puffy, our people are out here talking about reparations and the government is ignoring them and then giving all the money to agents and corporations. We're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, she co-signed the shit he was saying. That makes her an idiot too. An idiot by omission. That makes her a fucking moron. Just like Puffy. Our celebrities are out of touch. And if they are not out of touch and they are with the shit, then that means they are with the shit. They are willing agents of white supremacy. Because again, as long as they can prosper, and that's the real problem in our community. Those who seek the opportunity for their personal gain. No matter what walk of life they are in, that's all they see is their own personal gain, whether they be an entertainer, whether they be a politician, whether they be a head of state like in Africa, whether they be some quote-unquote thug gangster dude in the community. All they see is their personal gain. To hell with the rest of us. It's time to make examples of these individuals, which we are doing a lot of lately. It's also time to make example of these white people who keep on thinking that they can harm us. It's time for these motherfuckers to get stopped. It's time to put it into that shit. Because when white people get abused and hurt and mistreated, they go out for justice and vengeance. When we get hurt, abused, and mistreated and murdered, we go out for forgiveness. Is there any reason why we're losing all these battles? And ultimately the war. Is there any reason? I know I'm talking a lot. This video is well over 20 minutes now, and my apologies for that, but I had to get these things off my chest. I haven't done anything in a while because I'm super busy, but I got a little reprieve from work right now, so waiting on some supplies, so I can't really produce right now anyway. So, to wrap this up, I think we all know what we need to do. And if you do not know what you need to do, Dr. John Henrik Clarke lectures, you need to listen to them. Dr. Joy DeGruy, Dr. Joseph Ben Yakinen, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, Dr. Renoko Rashidi, Sheikh Anta Diop, Dr. Claude Anderson. I mean, that's just to name a few. I mean, there's so many more people, influential people, that need to be listened to. But those are just some of the few. If you listen, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, another one. You know, Khalid Muhammad, you know, Scheherazade Ali, Michelle Alexander in her book, The New Jim Crow, in her lectures. You know, if I didn't say Dr. Joy DeGruy, I'm saying it now. I think I did, but she's not short of being mentioned twice. We need to listen to these individuals. These people will link you up with other individuals that we need to be listening to. I know I'm leaving out a lot of names, and it's not due to any disrespect. It's just due to the fact that I just can't recall all of them all at one time. You know, we need to listen to these individuals. It will help you understand where we are. Neely Fuller Jr. also, the Black Authority, Professor Black Truth. You know, listen to these individuals. If you don't know this already, listen to these people. These people will break this down for you. And you need all of those different opinions because they all have a field of expertise that they focus on. You need a full picture. You can't get all of your information from one source or one person. That's impossible because no one person has all the information and no one source contains all information. Listen to these individuals. Understand what's going on. Look at Tariq Nasheed. Let's talk about Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed does a lot to educate black people and put out information that is very, very much needed. Listen to these individuals. Understand what's going on. In all honesty, learn a combat sport. Learn a combat sport. I'm telling you right now, learn a combat sport and learn how to use firearms. Purchase firearms while you still have the right, quote unquote, to do so. We are at war, man. We're at war. My attitude towards everybody that puts themselves up as an enemy is hostility and aggression. I'm cold and standoffish when I'm out in public with people who aren't black. You understand what I'm saying? Cold and standoffish. I ain't got no rap for you. I'm not smiling with you. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Now, so far as cordiality and all of that, and social etiquette, sure, I'll speak. Hey, how you doing? If you speak to me, hey, how you doing? Whatever. But other than that, you're not my friend. You're my enemy. I know what you motherfuckers really think about us. I know what you talk about at your dinner table. I know the things that you do and say when black people aren't around. The internet is showing us. So fuck all of y'all. All you non-black people, all you celebrities, black celebrities, all you celebrities who think you can speak for black people. Fuck every single one of y'all. Seriously, fuck y'all. Seriously, fuck y'all. I don't ever need to watch a Jamie Foxx movie ever again in my life. I don't ever have to watch a Will Smith movie ever again in my life. Listen to a Will Smith song. I don't ever have to do any of those things ever again in my life. You understand? I don't have to do any of that. I don't ever have to watch a football game ever again in life. The biggest, strongest, fastest of us, and they are the ones who are bending over the most. These fucking athletes. It's amazing. I find it truly amazing. But anyway, listen to those individuals, because we need to up the we need to up our numbers. We need more people who are aware of the current situation. Please break out of the hood, the ratchet hood, ghetto mentality, please, because it is not who we are. It is who they've told us we are. It is a stereotype that has been plastered onto us that we have accepted with open arms. It is a misnomer. It is not who and what we are. Kaba Kimane, Booker T. Coleman, another one. Listen to these individuals. But I'm going to sign off now. I'm rambling now. I don't want to take up too much more time. Plus, I need to clear out some storage in my phone because this video is about to end anyway because I don't have it in my space. But anyway, stay black. You know what I'm saying? Black always. Black first. Black forever. Fuck all our enemies. The ones that are in our skin and without. Fuck them all. Because that's how they feel about us. And I have no qualms treating people how they treat me. In fact, I encourage it. Treat people how they treat you. When people mistreat you, mistreat them so that they can, so that there is no more cognitive dissonance. Those two white dudes that killed that brother in Georgia need to have their asses beat within an inch of their lives. I'm not advocating murdering anybody, but I will advocate defending yourselves and fucking them up. Retaliation, vengeance, because white people talk that shit. I will advocate that. They should get their asses whipped. I don't know why nobody's super socked George Zimmerman yet. Just one dude. All you gotta do is walk up on him and super sock his ass and break his jaw. That's it. The whole black community would be like, finally, somebody got his ass. But if that's not what the fuck we talking about, then what are you saying?